Well, I'm honored to say that I have fellow members of my union, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA,
Good.
and they're called the Senior Radio Players, and they consist of Connie Foster, Guy Burrell, is that how you say it? Burrell, pretty close, and Alma Washington. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, thank you.
And we're so thankful that Penny Lane got a hold of us and said that you guys were having an event coming up, and that you do old-time radio and old-time commercials, and you know, it struck a little chord in my heart. First, tell us where you're going to be at, so we get that done.
Well, we're going to be at the Chicago Cultural Center in the Claudia Cassidy Theater on August 10th. And Connie's directing one of the shows. You're directing Rocket from Manhattan.
Rocket from Manhattan by
Rocket
Art
from
Vogler.
Manhattan.
Somebody else is directing Wild Jack Rhett, which is a Western. And these have all been done on radio before.
Starts at 7.
It's free.
And it's free.
And how do people contact you, just so we know that right away?
Well, they can get a hold of us through the SAG-AFTRA office.
Yes.
Nothing else.
And there are posters up and stuff like that.
You know, I do go to the SAG-AFTRA meetings, monthly or every couple of months, and very often I would see someone get up and talk about the senior players.
Yes.
So how did that come to be, and how did you all get involved with
We
it?
started 20 years ago.
Yeah, 1997 we started.
And so this will be our 88th performance this time.
And it's only in Chicago. Aren't there some so-called senior actors and actresses out there in the rest of the country that do
Yes,
this
there
sort
are.
of thing?
But
The seniors are everywhere.
They certainly
Yes, we are.
And the longer they stick around, the better.
And wasn't it Don Ferris that started? And
Don
French?
Ferris and I think Maureen Steiner had something
Yeah.
to do with it
Yes.
too.
Yes.
And who helped us?
Herb Graham.
Herb
Oh,
Graham.
Chuck Shaden.
Chuck Shaden helped us get started.
So the golden age of radio,
Yes.
when was it? Is it really over? I mean, here you are sitting in a
We're
pretty
still,
cool
we're still
radio.
shining, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Golden Age of Radio was from 1930s to the 1950s, really, and we're trying
When
to
there
keep
was
it.
no TV to watch.
There was no TV
Yeah.
to watch, and that's why we think it's important to keep it going for nostalgia purposes, if nothing else, to show that radio had such an impact on people's lives.
Radio is very important to me. I listen to it all the time.
I remember listening to Gunsmoke
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
on the radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, are you guys going to do a little piece here? Or
Sure.
Well, we
some
can do a
sort?
little something, I guess.
Well, why don't we go right to that?
Okay, do you want to start with that one?
Well, okay.
What is the piece? Somebody, Alma, do you know what you guys are?
Well, they're different.
Okay.
3 different pieces.
I'm just introducing something. It's a tale of the Old West, which is called Wild Jack Rhett. It's a Western from December 17th, 1950. A new sheriff comes into town and cleans up the crime and killing in this frightened frontier town. Wild Jack Rhett rode into Red Mesa. He was 38 and at the peak of his reputation. He stood well over 6 feet, better than 200 pounds of plain sinew. Tawny blonde hair, grown long in the frontier style, and his features, fair and tinted like a girl's, were boldly aquiline. He was a picturesque man till one looked in his eyes, which were large and pale blue, and had the disconcerting trick of remaining too steadily on people. There was to be seen in him the suggestion of inhumanity. Well, he sent word to the committee that he'd meet him at the mayor's office that evening.
All right. All right. And so that's one of the shows that we'll be doing. And
Excellent.
then another show is called Rocket from Manhattan, written by Arch Obler, who was a Chicago guy. And he was crazy, wonderful science fiction guy. And so he does Lights Out. And so I'll do a little bit of this. Lights out, everybody. Gone, gone. It is later than you think. Gone, gone. Lights Out brings you stories of the supernatural and the supernormal, dramatizing the fantasies and the mysteries of the unknown. We tell you this frankly, so if you wish to avoid the excitement and tension of these imaginative plays, we urge you calmly but sincerely to turn off your radio now. And then we've got an ironized yeast commercial.
Oh,
Do you want to
yes.
hear that too?
Here's an important message to millions of you who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down.
Oh.
You may need more iron to build healthy blood, to keep your body functioning properly, and to keep you physically fit and mentally alert.
Ironized yeast tablets provide you with a simple and effective way to get the daily iron your body requires.
Ironized yeast is a concentrated iron tonic combined with high-potency brewer's yeast, one of the natural sources of vitamin B1. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack sufficient iron.
So look and feel healthier with new pep and vigor for only a few pennies a day. Start taking ironized yeast tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes!
Now that you have, a number of people just tuned in and think that we now sell ionized yeast.
There you go.
I can't wait to get some.
They'll have some more pep and vigor, won't they?
And some of their commercials are pretty funny.
I bet.
And especially because of the time frame.
Uh-huh,
We
yeah.
have one commercial that about fat cans. People should get off their fat cans and buy this in the Second World War.
To bring their fat
Bring their
cans
fat
down
cans.
to the place where they are.
How very
collecting
racy of you. And so do you just wind up in a time warp when you do this stuff? or-
Sort of, I guess.
And we have those wonderful sound effects right there on stage.
I love that.
Which is
Yes.
great,
I
isn't
love
it?
that.
And
The
we do
gong
it for-
gong gongs will be actually have a real gong gong gong.
That was just a fake gong.
We have, we do them live for an audience, so they get the illusion of radio while some of the illusion of theater at the same time.
And sometimes we have a piano player, and sometimes we have a harpist. So it just depends on what the script needs, you know?
Yeah. We always say, just use your imagination.
That's right.
That's terrific. And
I wonder if will any of the three of you admit to having heard old time radio?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Jack
Yeah.
Armstrong,
Some of your favorite shows.
Captain
As you said,
Midnight,
Gunsmoke, along with my
Yeah.
dad, you know?
I like the
I go back
and the
to
Lone Ranger.
the Lone Ranger. I go back to that when I was a kid.
what's the scary one that I remember listening to?
Like the shadow.
The Shadow.
Oh,
Sure.
Shadow.
yeah.
Knows.
Shadow knows.
Right.
That would really
Right.
make you
Oh, right.
Hermit's Cave.
So I think that we have a rich radio scene here in Chicago. I mean, this week I hope to be down at Wait, Don't Tell Me when they're at Millennium Park, which is a fun radio show. And since, what's his name? Garrison Keillor passed his show on to the youngster.
Yes.
Is that a show that you like?
I
cotton
love
to
love
Yes,
Garrison
yes.
I mean, talk about sound effects and all of the music.
It's amazing what they've
Have you
done.
seen his sound effects man perform?
Yes, I have. I've seen tape of
He's
him doing
crazy.
it.
We saw the live show here, it was a couple of years ago, it was
Yes.
wonderful.
I bet. Are
Keillor
you in
is-
touch with those guys? Do they
Not
know you
really,
exist?
but, he's a wonderful man and a wonderful intellect.
Yeah, you guys should be on that show.
Yeah,
Sure.
really.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I love Keela's voice. She just has that voice that brings you right in.
That's right.
I'd like to know what you guys have done in your careers, either in film, on stage, or whatever, and what you're working on now, besides the old time senior players.
Well, I guess I've been in theater upwards of 50 years.
Here in Chicago.
Here in Chicago and around the country. I was one of the founders of the Joseph Jefferson Awards, and that was 1968. So I joined Equity in 1965, and in 1971 I directed the first production of Grease that was ever put on.
I remember.
And I've got about 200 shows in my resume. Everybody's got to be somewhere, so that's it.
That's good.
So that's kind of.
How about you, Connie?
Oh boy, well, I started tap dancing when I was 5, you know, and you're never normal after that.
You look like a tap dancer.
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
I'm
she's
glad
good,
to
too.
hear that.
She's very good.
So then I was in a touring theater when I was 17 and on a kids television show by the time I was 21. So you just keep going, you know, you just keep looking for another good job. So I was the Ace Hardware spokeswoman for 4 years.
That's
You know, just
quality
a lot of
bunch,
stuff,
Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who was a Budweiser spokesman, but
Did
he
you?
badmouthed Budweiser in an article and lost his job.
I remember
Tommy.
I
was his
said
last
his
name?
last
Oh,
name.
he was
but-
sitting
Yeah.
at a bar when he did that, right?
Yeah.
I heard that story too.
Yeah, I knew.
How about you, Alma? What have you been doing?
Always looking for a job.
Yeah.
I understand
You know,
that.
We're all there.
But recently, there's a independent film called Princess Sid by Stephen Cohn that's taking the rounds in the festivals now, and we're hoping to see it soon here in Chicago.
And you're in it.
I'm in it. Got a small part, but
Yay.
great.
Right on, excellent.
Yay.
Well-
So where we stopped, if we stopped, nobody knows. You know?
That's terrific.
And you yourself are AFTRA SAG member,
Yeah.
right?
I am. I've mostly worked in Andy Davis movies as
Yeah.
a bad guy or a cop.
I knew his father.
Yeah, Nate. We had Katie and I were still owned the Heartland Cafe when Nate passed away,
Yes.
and Andy put on a wonderful dinner and memorial. Nate was quite a guy.
Oh, he sure was.
Yeah.
He sure
That whole
was.
family's pretty together.
Yes, yes.
We also have the SAG-AFTRA Conservatory workshop, which I am one of the co-chairs.
Tell us about that.
Oh, it's great. We invite guests in, and to make sure that our members know all the coming tech, or even participate in some of the scenes or voiceover work. It's always well attended. One of our popular ones was called Speed Dating with Agents, where the 5 minutes with an agent, voiceover.
How cool
print
is
job.
that?
Oh, it's great.
I got to talk to you.
That is
He
terrific.
wants to
glad
date
to.
you. No, doesn't.
Did you
Wow.
hear what she said?
We have like only a couple minutes. You guys don't have another thingy that you want to pull out of your hats to do?
in there?
Well, I have a
To
little
read
bit more of
cold?
the prophecy of, do you want to hear a little bit more of Obler?
I
Whatever. Go
would
for it.
not say
He
no.
said- He says, prophecy is an easy thing, for rarely is the prophet brought to judgment. Tonight I bring you a false prophecy. This is regarding the rocket from Manhattan. The place of our story is a great rocket speeding away from the moon. Yes, away. For the first trip to the moon finally taken place, and a triumphant airship is now rapidly returning to the Mother Earth. Here then is a story about a tomorrow, 55 years hence, September 20th in the year of our Lord 2000. So this was produced in 1945, and it was about 2000. On board a rocket ship, a play that is, I sincerely hope, a very false prophecy.
I love that. I love that we now live in the era that people were making prophecies about, and
Yes.
Yes.
so many of them have not come true,
Yeah.
and we've gone beyond others. Wow. I think we have to move on to the
We
next
do have to
guest.
move on, but I just want to say that we're all union members here on this corner of the
Absolutely.
table,
Yes.
and that our union just
Union
worked
is
out a
strong.
deal with the Latino TV station and the workers.
Oh, great.
So things are,
Great.
we're growing.
Yes.
For us.
And
Well, we should.
stand with the union.
That's right.
Absolutely. At a time